Hello and welcome to the Inverted Games Dumbass Education Division, where we believe even the most retarded actors to call themselves NPCs can become functional cannon fodder in a combat system. Today I will be showing you the progress I've made with these absolute morons. The first and most important lesson to teach any good NPC to inevitably be deactivated by forceful user input is knowing when to attack and when not to. Our NPCs had trouble with this concept to begin with. They like to constantly chase after their target, swinging their sword in the air at nothing, like a madman. I quickly corrected this behavior problem by giving them a paralyzing existential dread and some classic fear of death. Now they will keep their distance from an enemy that is facing them until the time is right to strike. But of course, like the cowardly assholes that they are, they will stab you in the back if you turn away from them. Bastards. Giving the AI a crippling awareness of their own mortality proved to be quite useful for their next lesson, running away. Any believable depiction of combat should always have its heroes and its cowards, and well, cowardice is easier to teach, so we'll start with that. When an NPC has its health lower than 20%, and the difference between its health and its target is more than 30%, an NPC may determine that now is an excellent time for a tactical retreat. Using an understanding of the environment through an environmental query system, the NPC will hastily seek refuge in a place that its target couldn't see. Usually this means around the corner somewhere. In the future, NPCs will fight in groups or squads, and if their leader is killed, this will also diminish hope and break their spirit, often resulting in another tactical retreat. I'm currently teaching them to search for enemies that managed to get away from them before they could extinguish their life force. This also uses the EQS, but it requires tweaking. I think they're still a little too enthusiastic about the whole running away thing. That's nothing that a week or two in the void of correction won't fix. Moving on to other aspects of game development, I've started constructing houses to replace the really shitty ones I made back in 2017. Blender 2.8 came out recently, or at least Steam decided to update it for me. It looks really cool and easier to use, so I decided to try and get back into modeling again. I'm still shit at it, but I'm better than I was. UV unwrapping is still a big problem for me. When these are done, our graduated NPCs will move into these houses, and you'll be able to kill them in their sleep or something. About a week ago I encountered what I now call the first great build catastrophe of 2019. It's called the first because we're going to do more of them, they're so fun. Basically I tried to do my weekly build of the game 2 weeks late, and I encountered a bug that made the build fail. Spent about 2 days trying to fix it. All development had to stop because there was this one problem somewhere stopping the entire game from building. The problem was this variable type called maps. These are an excellent way of storing and sorting information. I just learned how to use them a few weeks ago. I've put them in almost all of my blueprints in this game so far. They're really great, and I will never use them again. I use something called nativization for all of my blueprints. It does some weird wizard shit to convert blueprints into actual C++ code, and that makes the game run significantly better somehow. But doing that creates a lot of problems for you when you try to build the game. Basically, I'm playing Unreal Engine on hard mode, so that's fun. It's almost a certainty that this will happen again, somewhere, for some reason. As long as I build regularly, I should be able to catch the problems quickly enough before they destroy the entire game. Now then, on to what my slaves have been doing to help me build this pyramid. Cobble has finally nerfed the cringe in his notebook, which has improved it by at least 1000%. He's added a locations tab. This will hold information about each place in the world that you've visited, and will be filled in as you discover new things about these places. When the map screen gets made, you'll be able to click on a place and it will link to its page in the notebook. The notebook also has bookie sounds for added immersion. Now you can take a seat by the fire, open up your notebook, and review your day, and you can really feel like you're actually in a really shitty unfinished game with zero funding. Please give me money. Mega Coolman has been working on a sword generator. We're not making Skyrim with guns anymore, we're doing Borderlands with swords. These weapons will generate a specific look and stats depending on the region they come from and their rarity. This system is still pretty early in development right now, but I think you get what we're going for. I've also started work on a new skybox. This is also pretty early in development and will be worked on slowly on the side. Teaching the dum-dums is still the priority right now. But this new skybox will render the planet in the sky more realistically. It'll show the correct phases for the orbit and time of year in the game, and it will be using pre-rendered frames of the planet using ray tracing, so we can get things like ring shadows on the planet and light bouncing off the rings to light up the back of the planet. These are things that actually happen to these sorts of planets, like Saturn. So you should join my Discord server and subscribe so you can add to my arrogance and ego. Okay, thanks.